Yeah, look at that. Danny Pedrosa had hardly got into the corner. He was just turning in and the front end just washing away. There he flicks it left and down he goes without any warning whatsoever. So Danny Pedrosa on the floor. That was an outlap, actually.
Having said that, you know, during this season he's looked a bit more conservative than he ever has. But right there, he just set the fastest lap. You can see by the red 33 down the bottom there. And I'm tipping he just tagged the white line a little bit with the front there, Chris, on a really hot entry.
That's just Mark
tucked it.
Pushing hard, isn't he, really? And yeah, he didn't have the hard front tyre in that he has been preferring for the weekend. Conditions a bit cooler, but yeah, tucking it under there. But he still seemed pretty happy with his work and he stayed top at the end of the session. So you've got to say he is the guy that's hot and on pace.
I'm happy with the dismount too. 10 out of 10, straight back to his feet. Chris, who has some work to do?
To front end wash out. There you go. How many times since we first came here in 2010 have we seen that crash at
afternoon? Not a lot of sun about as there was yesterday.
Oh, well, Aleix Espargaro's down as well. Well, turn 2 has caught out both of the Espargaro brothers in very quick. Down and out. Nothing you can do to bring that one back. Look at that, the front end just washing out without any warning whatsoever. He was pushing, actually, Aleix Espargaro. He had actually just come across the line and put in his best lap of the turn number 2.
But the bike just slides into the gravel, very little damage. Turn 13.
Yeah, that was a big moment. I think, yeah, turn 2. You can see that the bike got unsettled there as he changed direction. And as soon as he got it onto the right-hand side of the...
Although I imagine that it's a lot to do with trying to save the allocation. You see, look at that. That's just coming round on...
Now.
Nasty crash.
And now for Alvaro Bautista. Seemed to lose the front there.
Well, he just crashed. That was a straight... Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have we seen that?
Yamaha teammate Alex Lowe's. Oh, look at that. Oh. Is Petrucci coming out of the pits? Petrucci was coming out of the pit full live speed. Pol Espargaro loses the front end, and there's, look, that poor old Danilo Petrucci. There's Hayden, or maybe it's Hayden. Look at that. Nicky Hayden just grabbed the front brake and down he has gone. Pol Espargaro. Yeah, here we go. Pol Espargaro and Marc Marquez. Look, whoa. Yeah, Marquez again. Carbon copy crash of the Bautista, and just behind Marquez.
Session for him, which is not, I'd say, a bit of a worry. He's got to get back and he's got to get out on the sun off so much speed here.
Damage to his leathers. Yeah, look at that, Lorenzo's.
That's going in, isn't it? Rossi was much further round.
Do you know what? That's so early.
10 days and be fit for the 3 flyaways that start in 3 weeks' time when we're down in Japan, and it's a familiar taking the hairpin at the moment. His 3rd sector time will come up.
Oh, he's down. He's down.
Down at the hairpin. He's
sit in. The front end just washes away.
In, didn't it?
There you go. Down he goes. Washes away. Yeah, as he falls underneath it.
Not the nicest place to stop, though, off the racing line, but still in the middle of the track.
Yeah, he hadn't picked up the... Yeah, front end just washing out.
And he's got his left
hand. That is massive. Danny Pedrosa has almost just launched himself into...
No, we're going to have a look at it now.
Oh, he's on it again. Ooh. High side. Ooh. Eugene Laverty. Yeah. Oh. Well, probably is definitely.
Yes, the onboard camera is going to be scary.
You could hear him just whine. Yeah, it was off the throttle, was Crutchlow. Front end going. Cal Crutchlow, turn number 2. Front tyre says, thank you very much.
On his bike, here is the replay.
Front end washing out from underneath him at turn number 11. So Marquez is Malaysia. Marc Marquez going down at turn number 11. Yeah, mid-corner, front end just washing out. He just started to wind the power back in there, Marc. Seconds. Oh, Marquez has crashed out of the Grand Prix. Just
crashed out of the lead. We look at the crash once again. Front end, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, front end washing away.
Ooh, it's the right side of the track. They're both on the brakes together. Here comes...
Oh,
Aleix Espargaro's gone.
Carbon copy crash of the one that he's turn 4.
And now there are two, and those two are fighting for that final place. Maverick Vinales and Andrea Dovizioso. What a great ride by Aleix Espargaro. What a brave ride. He didn't deserve to go down so close to the finish.
Yeah, he was pushing hard, was Aleix Espargaro. Just wonder whether 4. Yeah, Miller was in 7. Front end just washing out from underneath him as he went through that fast right-hander. Front end washing away from Lois Baz. He crashed in the first lap a couple of years ago and took out his teammate Tom Sykes in the factory Kawasaki team. Yeah, front end washing away, absolutely no warning whatsoever for Crutchlow. Maybe down he goes, front end washing out from underneath him.
Bike up, because obviously he's still suffering from that back injury. I think the only man that might improve it is Lorenzo, but no.
It's a big old crash there for Yoni Hernandez. Something. Oh, there's a collision between Andrea Iannone and Yoni Hernandez.
So nice to see a new factory winning. They won 3 races, fantastic, you know, the show there.
4, isn't it?
Is that 10?
Oh, was it that
That's
far?
9.
I guess it's. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 9 coming up to 10.
Yeah, I was trying the brake. Well, he was just a little bit offline. Well, that's what he thinks of it.
Promises to see. As I say, we are expecting a new lap record here. Turn 5 crash in the dust. Here we go. It's the first of the right-handers after all the lefts, isn't it? Ooh.
You know what, you could just see him, he literally just grabbed the front brake and down he went. Oh yeah, the front end, it tucked. It was going for a long time and he is absolutely...
Jorge Lorenzo, there is...
Yeah, that'll be a front end washout for Jack Miller.
Poor old Jack Miller having a...
We're on board with Lorenzo. Rossi, front end, just washing out from underneath him.
We ride with Rossi.
Yeah, the classic front end washout at turn 10 through injury. Yeah, front end again for Hector Barbara. A little bit further into the corner than
Island in Australia in 1 week's
Oh, Lorenzo's down. That's it. It's game over. Marquez is the world champion. Jorge Lorenzo at turn number 9 taps the throttle back in, loses the front end of that factory Yamaha, tips it in, just feeds the throttle back in. Look at this, Maverick Vinales.
He's angry.
Yeah. He is not happy.
I think he knows.
Oh, he's nearly gone down.
Oh,
He's gone down.
He's
crashed coming into the pit. Maverick Vinales, yeah, just not paying attention, not looking where he was going. Onto the grass, just clipped the tyre wall on the outside, and down he went. He's down at turn number 8. That's a fast old crash for the former Moto2 world champion. He gets spun around fast.
So we have 36.5 minutes remaining, but is that the end as far as the timings go? As we stand at the moment, they will go straight into qualifying 2. Marquez, Miller, Hayden, Dovizioso, Bautista, Barbara, Crutchlow, Smith.
Valentino Rossi, oh, fast crash for Bradley Smith. That's at turn number 8.
And that's just after you...
Cost him. Yoni Hernandez. Well, could that have been a different story? Okay. This was a fall at turn 4 for Loris Baz. Front end just locking out from underneath him was almost...
Voilà, au moment de mettre la moto mise sur l'angle à gauche.
Le gars il va. Baz qui vient d'améliorer, encore on voit la chute de son coéquipier, est à 2 secondes 4, Loris.
Grosse chute hein, quand même pour Hector Barbera.
And it comes up to the farm curve, and there you go.
Absolutely no warning whatsoever. That's washed away from him like lightning. He just had no chance whatsoever of saving that at all. Probably be a bit of a...
Qualifying 2, we are about to find out.
Oh, he's down!
You know he's down at the farm curve.
Yeah, pushing too hard through turn 12.
It's exactly the same place though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly the same place.
What a fraction faster was he, just in a fraction offline, but the outcome was the same. Down the road he goes. As we look at Scott Redding, oh, the rear came around on Redding there as he went through turn number 12. That's the kind of crash. Look at the bike. End over end over end. Hot lap, here we go. This is Rabat. Yep, just on the gas, a fraction too hard as he came out of turn number...
Miller was on a really good lap, wasn't he?
Oh, Cal Crutchlow was shaking his head there. Yeah, he's not aggravated further that damaged knee. Oh, Marquez has gone down. That is almost a carbon copy crash of the crash he had in the race last year. Marquez,
second place.
That was an off-throttle high side for Marc Marquez. That was the exact same crash. This was his fall. That's coming out of the Aintree corner. You know, and with bad ligament damage already in that knee for Andrea Dovizioso. I cannot believe
he's going to wave goodbye.
Oh, he's down! He's gone down. Oh, you can hear the groans and moans from the British crowd. Eugene
with the bumps. Yeah, front end just tucks away. He's on those intermediate tyres. Perhaps it is. Well,
who just think they are trying to scrub them in for a potential wet race. And just to confirm, we haven't spoken about this, but Hernandez
he's through. Magnus Vinales leads the British Grand Prix. Oh, big crash at the back of the field there. Massive crash. Was that Alex Lowe's? What happened there was it looked like Loris Baz. I think it was one of the Pramac Ducatis. It might have been Danilo Petrucci.
I think it was Petrucci, probably. Oh, look.
I'll tell you what. I think it looked like Loris Baz was just about. Look at that. It's a fast crash. You've got to say the riders further down the field, the likes of
anyway. And the turn 3 coming up. Down he goes on the Aprilia. He's clipped cloud. Just clipped the curve.
He's clipped the back of Eugene Laverty. That's what's happened. This was his first crash. This is his second one. Turn number 13, almost identical, just rolling off the side of the front tyre.
Yeah, that's the difference, and that was a poor result in...
early crash for Andrea Iannone. Early crash for the Italian. Well, that's a knock.
Coming up.
Yeah, there you go. Was he just braking on the curve on the outside? It was difficult to tell there. Well, he might have just been... Well, there you go. I'm pretty sure he lost the front end just going in there on that GP 14.2. Sorry, didn't I? Yeah, here we go.
Well, he's come to the test in the medium, option front, and fails the test, you've got to say then. Just puts
this great camera on the inside of the track. Look how quickly he came to a stop there. This is a replay of Danilo Petrucci. Quite early in the corner there, Petrucci lost the front end. We can just see it.
Andrea Iannone, here we go.
Oh, he lost it on the inside.
Yeah, very different crash, wasn't it, to Iannone was on the act of the pits. Oh, yeah. Front end really tucked away.
Yeah, you know what? He just started to feed the power back in there as well.
In 16. This is a 15.
Oh,
he's not happy at all.
Well, it's Aleix Espargaro that's getting the wrath, and Valentino Rossi is going to carry on this argument. Aleix Espargaro is coming through pit lane, and Valentino Rossi for his shoulder, and Rossi had seen that. And he's now going to get a face full of the doctor, a very angry doctor. Aleix Espargaro. Here we go. Yeah, much earlier in the corner than we saw Cal Crutchlow go down. Yeah.